welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Team Lead Talks podcast. I'm your host out of Alexandria, Virginia, Andrew Becker. Special guests on this one, international guests today. We have Jason Waller. He's the CEO of Christie's International Real Estate Mexico Luxury Properties. Welcome to this show, Jason. Happy to have you on.
Hey, Andrew. Thank you so much. Happy to be here. We're in Puerto Venturas, Mexico. So
just not a bad backdrop, man. I wish I could be there with you. It's a lot better than where I am right now. I'm in my basement studio. So, Jason, let's jump right into this. We sure did talk a lot in our connection call that we had. A lot about real estate, a lot about hockey too. We share in that passion.
Sports, yeah.
We're both very disappointed in our team's lack of playoff, being in the playoffs.
Always next year.
Yeah,
but at least you didn't go from President's Trophy to not making the playoffs. That's even worse.
Very true. So you have that, but I'm a Caps fan, so we've won the President's Trophy quite a few times the last decade and not gone very far, like past the first round. So, anyways,
well, I did hear rumors that Ovechkin might be staying for 2 more years. So if he does, that's awesome.
He made an announcement that he plans to return at least for next season. So unless he changes, that'll be really cool to see him beat Gretzky's all-time goal. I think he's like 20 or 30 behind, something like that.
I follow Washington that closely, but I know he's doing really
very close. Yeah, he should be able to.
Didn't he beat Gretzky already for goals?
What?
I thought he beat Gretzky already for goals, didn't he?
In regular season, but Gretzky has the regular season plus playoff, I think 1,015. Ovechkin's at high 900s, so he's very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so next year they can make the playoffs and he can get it.
Yeah. But so anyways, we could probably talk about hockey for quite some time, but maybe that's not going to be on that sports podcast that we will start. Maybe I don't even know where we're going with that, but let's talk about real estate, Jason. So for those that do not know you yet, give us the high-level overview of what you do down in Mexico at Christie's.
Well, I'll give you a quick little background. Moved here in 2005, so pretty much 21 years ago from Canada, Winnipeg. And after the first year of working with a real estate company, started my own company. I've had that going for 20 years now. And just over a year ago, we rebranded with the Christie's International brand. So that's been huge for us. Now we are a recognized luxury international brand. So it helps a lot with listings, clients, just people feeling more comfortable because, a lot of them have Christie's in their areas and they've dealt with them before and they know the name very well. So it's been really good for us. So we handle residential and commercial, the whole East Coast from Cancun all the way to just before the Belize border, an area called Bacalar. It's a lake, one of the most beautiful lakes you've ever seen in your life, and everything in between. And then we've also got Merida, Progreso, Acapulco, Mexico City. We're opening up in Puerto Vallarta, and then hopefully a few more other areas. San Miguel de Allende is extremely popular. We're looking at that. Huatulco is an amazing place. So there's a lot of room for expansion. We got
Sounds like
a great country in Mexico with lots of really good areas that are different from each other. So
yeah,
it's fun seeing the new areas and expanding to other areas. So we do that. And we also focus on hotel and resort sales. We've got a lot of boutique hotels for sale. And the resorts are a lot more difficult trying to put the parties together.
Right.
You can have buyers and you can have sellers, but when you're in that kind of price range, nobody wants to share any information. So it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Right. So Jason, sounds like a lot of the stuff that you are doing and working on as the CEO of this luxury brand down there is expansion, growing your footprint down there. But obviously you didn't start there. I'm interested, just real quick on your background. How did you even get into real estate to begin with, let alone build out? I don't even, I lost count of all the different cities and areas you're in down in Mexico, but what led you into real estate in the first place? Why did you decide to, make that your career?
It was always my dream. Growing up in Canada, when I turned 18, I didn't know what to do with my life. And I thought, I want to be a realtor. You see what happens around the world. And you see people who invest in real estate and different things. Typically, those people are doing very well for themselves. So I always thought, real estate seems like a really good market to be in. But I was born with a baby face. So I was 18 and I went over to Century 21 at the time and said, hey, I want to be a realtor.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you're too young. No one's going to buy anything from you. They kind of squashed my dreams for a while and I did a bunch of other things. And then in 2005, when I was 32, I moved out here and with no real estate experience, but I found a company out here that hired me and I became a sales manager right away and did that for a year and just really learned the ropes, learned the industry, learned how things work out here. Back then, there was 4 companies. It was so small. It was so easy out here. Now it's booming. That's one of the reasons we rebranded. Is just because there's a lot of competition now.
Yeah.
But I learned, started my own company after that first year. Just did that all by myself. I was the everything, and slowly started to release the reins a little bit, which was hard because you build everything on your brand and your recognition and your reputation. So
Right.
it's hard to give that out. But once you get used to it, it's great having other people do all the work.
Yeah, leveraging other team members to do stuff for you on your behalf is fantastic. I
Yeah,
love
so
that
we've
part.
expanded lots.
Yeah, man. I just remembered in our conversation, didn't you also say that you were on House Hunters or part of House Hunters down there, international TV show on HGTV?
Yeah, we did 9 or 10 episodes of House Hunters International, and then we did one episode of Mexico Life. We started our own series a couple of years ago. We filmed 9 episodes, and then we did another series we filmed one episode of, and now we're just kind of retooling things, trying to figure out how we want to do it because we really want to focus more on lifestyle than everything. Anything real estate is great, and if
Yeah.
someone's interested in real estate, we've got all the website and everything to learn about. But we really want to show everybody what this amazing place is like. It's a paradise. We
Yeah.
get to live here, and we forget sometimes. So we're trying to show more about going yachting, going fishing, golf. All the different paddle sports they have everywhere. Basketball, everything. Just trying to show the life. So that's what we're
Yeah,
focused
and
on
is
for the
that
future, I
part of
think.
your Christie's International, Mexico luxury properties? That's part of your branding and your marketing initiative to try to get people drawn in that way. So
Yeah, we're not selling a lot of, we don't have a lot of clients that are just moving down the street and upgrading their home. These are second
yeah,
homes, typically investment properties. So it's about, we're selling a dream. So we want to show them what that dream can be. And, yes, we'll show some real estate stuff, but on the most part, I think it's really important just to show what the lifestyle is like out here. This is my
yeah.
backyard. It's not so
It's
bad.
yeah, that's a fantastic backyard. It's interesting because I talk to a lot of people on this show who are team leaders or operators, and they're mailing within a certain neighborhood. But how are you finding it? Because of what you just said, like you're selling a lifestyle. These people aren't really buying one house and then moving or upgrading down the street. They're
Yeah,
coming from
no.
all over the world. So how do
Yeah,
you how do you have that kind of reach to get people to say, "Hey, I want to move to Mexico"? Lifestyle, and then, oh, by the way, Jason down at Christie's, like that's where I want to go. Like how are you figuring that out?
that's our goal. That's what we're constantly trying to figure out
How are you
because with the
working on?
competition, it's a lot harder now. We get listings, no problem. It's the buying clients that we're always after. But we're on Google really well. We're working on with the AI searches now. Lots of marketing, on all the social media. A lot of our agents are making videos. The more that we can get ourselves out there and become a trusted person for the area, the more likely we are to get the leads. Americans are, I would say, the top, probably 80+% of the buyers that we get, and then Canadians, Europeans, Mexicans after that. So we focus a lot on the American people and trying to get them out here, and
Yeah, are
how
you
much
finding
cheaper
that
it is
like
to buy here than Florida.
yeah, are you finding that like Californians coming just south into Mexico, is that like a large percentage, would you say, of like the clientele who are purchasing
Yeah, on the
homes?
West Coast, especially Cabo, it's
Yeah.
crazy. When you go to Cabo, you feel like you're in California. You don't feel like you're in Mexico.
Okay.
But we actually have a lot of Californians coming over here now. Mexico is such a big country and so diverse. So there's so many different kinds of climates and things, and right. So the ocean on that side is different than we have the Caribbean Sea on this side. So it's a lot calmer, bluer. Still beautiful over there, obviously, but it's different. So we get a lot of people from that side coming over here now. Between Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, we got a lot of top locations that people know.
Hmm.
So we see a lot of growth of people coming from all over Chicago. A lot of the colder cities is where we get a lot of the people, especially in wintertime. That's when the idea of selling the dream really kicks in because they're sitting in their office. It's freezing cold outside, and they go on the computer and watch a little video of us on a yacht or something. And they're like, "Well, that looks great. I should be doing that."
I know. I just from talking to you, man, I want to buy a house in Mexico. Maybe I'll hit you up after the show. But Jason, so you're overseeing quite a lot. Each of your offices has people. How are you managing this? And what do you find as like a CEO of such a large Christie's model down there? What are the top like problems you're dealing with nowadays?
Well, first of all, we have all the right people in place, so that makes it so much better. We partnered up with a guy named Matt Matheson, who's a friend of ours. He's our business partner. He handles a lot of the day to day marketing, things like that. So he handles a lot. He takes care of so much.
Okay.
We try and do more like the expansion, the face, working on the bigger deals with hotels and investors and things like that, dealing with different private equity funds and fund managers and things like that. So when you have all the people in place, we were having issues with closings a while ago. About 5 years ago, we started our own law firm, so that handles all our own closings. Immigration, we've got full-time lawyers that take care of all that, work for us, and they do outside ones for other agencies as well. We just partnered up recently with a company doing rental management as well. So just having somebody in all the places that we need that's capable and great, and that's us. Our team's amazing, our agents are amazing, all the people that work with us. So everybody has their little piece that they handle, and we're able to just focus on what we need to focus on, being more the face, getting the brand awareness out there, going to events, doing podcasts,
Yeah.
all the different stuff that it takes.
That's awesome. So there's so much, I mean, you said earlier, and I know this already, of course, but Mexico is a very large area. And you're in all these different places. Do you have I'm curious about like the organizational chart or the hierarchy, if you will, for Mexico luxury properties.
We have like a team leader we have a team leader that takes care of each area. So we don't really have to focus too hard. And in some of the areas that we've expanded already, we've just absorbed existing smaller companies. So they're already in place, they're already running. So we're able to just leave them, let them do their thing. And we just kind of oversee and help them out and give them some ideas, help them with, with our international reach, we get a lot more attention, leads, things like that. So we're really able to help them out a lot.
While you're working on expansion and opening up a new office and figuring out who's going to run that and be the team lead, and then there's recruiting efforts as well. So I'm sure it's not an easy thing to do to expand.
No, you got to make sure to find the right people again, because it all goes down to our reputation. We've been out here 21 years. I've built a very good reputation. Don't want that screwed up by somebody. So we're very careful on who we work with and what they have access to and what they're going to do. But we've been, everybody we've worked with has been spectacular. All the agents, we're a big family, and we've just got great people. So that's really what you need.
Awesome. I'm curious, Jason, does Christie's or you, as you're expanding your footprint down there, are you using AI at all to help you with any of this new marketing initiative stuff that you just talked about? And
Love
how
AI.
so?
Love AI. Trying to learn more and more. We're still, if I was a 20, 30 something, I'd probably be a lot better at it. But we're learning. We use it a lot for different things, and we're always trying to learn more and how it can work and how it can do things. We need to start implementing chatbots, I believe, on the website is the next step, just so we can have immediate response for people looking around and searching, because it's so easy for someone to go on multiple websites, contact multiple companies, and if you don't respond right away, then you're going to lose that lead. So that's how I think the main important thing is going to be having AI immediately respond, doing emails. We can even do WhatsApps now.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the future of where we go, and just having that as an assistant to help us and to just speed things up is what we need, because the slower you go, the less likely you are to get that client. We always work on trying to respond instantly, but if we have AI on there helping us, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then as we go over the next few years, it's going to be nuts, the growth and it's going to be able to do. So we are ever learning right now, but it's fun. I like it.
It's been really crazy. Obviously, like, we could talk about AI forever, maybe on like a subsequent episode or not. But
we're going to have a lot of different podcasts. We got
man,
sports
even
one
just
or
the
real
last
estate one.
Yeah. We have a lot of work to do. So you're going to be even busier soon with our new startups that we've talked through. But yeah, the last like 4 weeks alone has been like crazy changes with what like Anthropic and Claude and all those agents are doing. So I feel like what's your take on like the people not getting into AI that are listening now that haven't really started? Do you feel like they're behind already, or what are your take? Like, get on the boat, and, get on the bus and just you have to roll with it, or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah, you can't fight it. As technology changes and stuff, the worst thing you can do is fight it. Except for our competition, they can fight it all they want. AI is to stay away. You don't need extra help or anything. But yeah, no, you got to be constantly learning. That's what Matt's great with. He's in there with SEO and AI and everything. So he's always learning. He's implementing new things to our site, speeding up our sites all the time, making things better. So having him doing that is, it's so beneficial for us. And I think it's putting us above where a lot of other companies are, just because we have someone in-house who can handle all that and learn all that. And I learn little bits at a time, and then I just go, here, learn more about this for me.
Yeah. That's always a nice thing to have, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. Jason, I know we're coming up on time here, but I have one more question that I always ask everyone. Kind of like a personal or business related, I suppose. But if is there, you've already shared about like your hierarchy and how you're running such a big operation down there, but is there something that you can share, like some sort of a resource, maybe a checklist or a book, I suppose, that anyone listening now that's kind of like struggling or just wants to make their life, their community, or their business better? Do you have anything for us?
No, I don't really know. I spend so much time with expansion and with AI and all the learning and stuff and whatnot that yeah, no, we don't really have any resources that we turn to or books that we turn to. Or
Okay.
why, Andrew, did you write a book that I should be reading?
No, I just asked this, and I hope people answer because I have a shelf that I need to fill. So I'm hoping,
Yeah,
like, you have a favorite book maybe that you can share. It doesn't have to be anything related to business, but I just try to order them if it's something that I don't have.
I
And
really
build my collection.
honestly haven't read much in the last couple of years. Once we started really getting down with expansion and the boys getting older and stuff, our time is all about exercising, working, and sleeping. So
Very cool.
yeah, I used to read a lot. I used to play a lot of video games. I used to read a lot of books, and now I just don't find the time these days. It's
Yeah.
usually go, 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 get to bed, pass out, get up and get going again. But I get
Right.
to do it in paradise, so I can't really complain too much, right?
Yeah.
I
You beat
haven't
me
had a
there, man.
blizzard in 21 years.
What was that?
I haven't had a blizzard in 21 years, so
Yeah, not
that
bad. You
makes
have
me
a
happy.
very nice streak going on. But fair enough, that's all cool. Dude, thank you so much for your time. If someone is listening and wants to get in touch with you about Mexico and about properties or resorts or anything of that lifestyle, how does someone find you? How can they reach out to you?
Our website is Christie's International Real Estate Mexico.com, Riviera Maya Real Estate Group.com. That's our original site, still Christie's branded, but our original main one, and then our newer one is the new Christie's one. Social media, anything. I'm assuming you'll help me with some links or something I can share with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll include all of your contact information, including those two websites, in the
Amazing.
description of this episode. So if you're listening on YouTube right now, just look below and reach out to Jason. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your journey and your story. We need to talk about those new podcasts that we're going to be starting. So you got some more stuff on your to-do list, man, from just coming on this.
100%. I'm ready.
Righty, cool, man. Well, stick around for a second so I can talk to you about some post-episode stuff. But thanks again for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Andrew.
All right, take care.